Hello everyone, I'm Angel Camelli with Wonderful Creations LA. To my old subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Angel Camelli and I'm a small business owner of a small business called Wonderful Creations LA. I provide services to the public such as photography, videography, content creating, housekeeping, and I do much more. Today is such an awesome day. I'm super excited to talk about this because I'm going to be talking about... Okay, I know what you're thinking. You probably thought I was going to talk about this super awesome grant that's up to $25,000. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be talking about this in this video. That was just clickbait. Today, I'm going to be talking about this super awesome meme. It means the world to me. And as you see right here, it's super interesting. I also like this one too. This one's also really good. And this is absolutely my complete favorite. Anyways, let's get back into this video. A super awesome grant that gives small businesses that are eligible for up to $25,000. I'm looking forward to giving you guys this information. This is considered an opportunity alert. I love to give opportunity alerts personally for me because I get so much joy out of it, giving you guys the information you need in order to get blessed. So without further ado, before I begin and get right into it, I just want to give you a small disclaimer. I do not work for lendstry, nor am I an affiliate, neither am I sponsored by them. So any of the grant information that I give you and all the lenders out there that are giving these grants, I'm just letting you know that I do not work for them. I'm not at all an affiliate with them. Now that that's been established, I just want to let you know that I'm making these videos for people just like you that don't know about these grants, and I love giving you guys the simplified version of what this information is telling us. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how it works, who qualifies, necessary documents, when to apply, use of proceeds, and as always, I'm going to be giving you guys tips. Just to give you a little side note, I myself have applied for this grant, thus I can give you guys some pointers. The name of this grant is called the California Small Business COVID-19 Relief Grant Program. It's designed to help small businesses that have been impacted by the coronavirus and basically help them out financially. I also wanted to give you guys an awareness. Lendstry is a portal. It's a sole entity that is designed to merge lenders, which are in this case the people providing the grants, and applicants in one platform. So next I want to talk about how it works. First things first, when you go to the Lendstry application, you always want to choose a lender. So basically a lender is one of the people or the entities that is going to be giving you the grant if your application gets chosen to proceed forward. Please be aware, it doesn't matter which lender you choose because nonetheless, all of them are giving you the opportunity to attain funds for your small business. So even when I applied for myself, just a side note, I was under the impression that it really did matter which lender you chose. But when I spoke to a representative over the phone, they clarified to me and assured me that it didn't really matter which lender I chose. So yeah, just so you're aware. So after you choose a lender, what Lendstry is going to do is have you create an account. So you're going to basically be able to upload your documents. Oh, and I also forgot, if you do apply for a Lendstry account and you open an account with them, make sure whatever email address you put there that you can access that email address. The reason I'm giving you guys this tip right now is because if you apply with an email address that basically is you're locked out of, they're basically you're not gonna be able to get that notification you need to reset your password with them. So you obviously, in order to create an account with them, you need to have them send you the link to reset your password. For me, it typically took between 1 or 2 days. That's typically the time that they give you in order for them to send you that link. So it could be sooner or it could be later, but in any case, if it is later, you always want to make sure that you do contact them. We'll provide their contact information down below in my description. So be assured, you're in great hands watching this video, getting this information. I really want you to get blessed. So third, after you reset your password, what you're gonna do next is you're gonna upload your documents, okay? And basically, I'm gonna go over the required documents that they're asking every applicant to upload, but I just wanna give you guys a small insight of how it works. After you're done uploading all your documents on their website successfully, please, another side note, make sure all the information that you upload is accurate and it's applicable to your business. The last thing you want to do is make a mistake. Like me, I made several mistakes. I unfortunately had to create 2 accounts and I had to email them a couple of times letting them know that I was not trying to make 2 applications at one time. I only made a second account because I hadn't made a mistake on my first application. So if that does happen to you, please, obviously I'm giving you information ahead of time so you could avoid these mistakes I made to basically help you out, be in better stance with them. But even after you watch this video, you make mistakes, it's all understandable. What you want to simply do is contact lendstry, let them know that you made a mistake on your application. My particular case, what they had me do is create another account. So that's not bad because they're the ones telling you to do that. So what they're gonna do upon reviewing all the applications when it's time, when basically they're getting onto the deadline of moving forward with the process, they're gonna have to delete the old application that you're not gonna keep, and they're gonna keep the second application, which is applicable in your case, that has the correct information in order to move forward with the process. With that being said, please make sure, I always want to emphasize on checking your work. You could check it 3, 4 times. It's better to check it 4 or 5 times even if it's necessary in order to avoid these mistakes, because we all know making mistakes can potentially hinder your blessing. So you do not want to be in that position. If you are selected as an applicant, please be aware it's not guaranteed that you're going to receive these funds because they need to verify all your information is correct and authentic. So after they verify your information, what they're going to do is if they need more information, they're going to contact you back personally through your phone, your business phone, or whatever phone you put on the application, or via email. After speaking to a representative over the phone, he also gave me another tip. Always make sure to check your spam just in case, because sometimes in this weirdest way ever, what can happen is they can send your information and it could hit your spam box. So that's a very useful tip. That's what the representative told me. And hey, he works for the company itself, so he knows his stuff. If you're chosen to move forward with the application, please be aware, like I mentioned, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get the funds. That just means that they're moving forward with your application. You're one step closer to getting those funds if you are eligible and all the information on your application is accurate. That's basically how it works. Please disregard this clip as it does not have any relevance to the topic that I'm talking about. The only time that this grant is guaranteed is after you sign the documents via DocuSign. People could get the wrong impression, get the email, get excited, and then, you know, let's just say, God forbid, but you made a mistake or your information was not authentic. Then that's why they have that procedure to avoid fraud, to avoid accounts that are not authentically true. Eligibility. A small business or a nonprofit must satisfy the following criteria to be eligible to receive a grant award. These are the type of businesses that are eligible for this grant. Must meet the definition of an eligible small business. An eligible small business means a business, parentheses, sole proprietor, independent contractor, 1099 work, or registered for registered for profit business entity, parentheses, corporation, S corp, limited liability company, partnership that has a yearly gross income revenue of 2.5 million or less, but at the least 1,000 in yearly gross revenue. They're letting you know what entity types are eligible for this grant. So let's go back, and like I said, this is part of why I'm making this video. I'm simplifying it for you so you can understand the language. Sometimes in a lot of things like this, we always can misunderstand the information that's in front of us because there's terminology, there's all these fancy words that we don't understand, and that's why you guys have me. I'm here trying to bless you guys up right now. With that being said, if you're a sole proprietor, independent contractor, you do 1099 work, you're a gig worker, you're an Uber driver, if you're a housekeeper, as long as you filed your taxes and your yearly gross revenue is at least $1,000 or $2.5 million. That's what they categorize as a small business. If you made more than $2.5 million, then I don't even know why you're watching this video. You have enough money to give us all a grant here on this video line. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm joking, you guys, but you guys get the point, right? Obviously, they want to make sure that it's a small business. This is what categorizes you as a small business, an e.g. a C corporation, an S corp, limited liability company, and a partnership. Based on the most recently filed tax return, a small profit registered 50C3, 50C19, or 501C6 nonprofit entity having yearly gross revenue of 2.5 million or less, but at least 1,000 in yearly gross revenue. Just a side note, for all you that don't understand this terminology, I can understand that because we're always learning as small business owners. Gross revenue means money that your business made before taxes and before deductions. The second requirement that they have is you must be an active business or businesses or nonprofits operating since at least June 1st, 2019. The way that they're going to verify that small businesses were active before June 1st, 2019 is by obviously looking at your tax information. The third qualification is businesses must currently be operating or have a clear plan to reopen once the state of California permits reopening of the business. You have to let them know that your business has the intention of opening up. So it's pretty much the same concept as unemployment development department. When they ask you and they tell you, are you looking for work? So they want to make sure that they're giving benefits to people that are actively trying to be proactive and trying to work. They don't want to give it to people that are just home lazy. They don't want to fund that. What they're letting us know here is that they want to make sure that your business has the intention of going back to work when everything goes back to normal or when COVID-19 is not around, which is really understandable. I mean, come on now. You don't want to give people free money just to sit in their house for no reason. I mean, we don't want to promote laziness. We interrupt this program to give you this important message. This just in, Mrs. Incredible, known as Elastigirl, dropped her face. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Make some noise for the one and only Elastigirl! Let's hear it for her, everybody!
Come on now. The fourth requirement would be Business must be impacted by coronavirus and the health and the safety restrictions such as business interruptions or business closures incurred as a result of COVID-19. Just like I said right now, before I even said this requirement, they want to make sure that your business has been impacted by the coronavirus financially. They're not just trying to get free money out just because. They're trying to give it to those who need it the most and have been impacted by coronavirus. Number 5, business must be able to provide organizing documents, including 2019 tax returns or Form 990's copy of official filing with the California Secretary of State. Also, if applicable, or local multi-capacity for the business, such as one of the following: articles of incorporation, certificate of organization, fictitious business of registration, or government issued business license. They want to verify that your business is authentic. They want to make sure that you can verify that your business is a business. So obviously 2019 tax return, if you file a 1099, it verifies that you're a sole proprietor. Drum roll, please. We're back. Number 6, requirement number 6. Let's get started, y'all. Before we get to step number 6, let's dive into this video.
Backwards 3.5 somersaults with tuck. Coaches holding their breaths.
Business must be able to provide acceptable form of government photo issued ID. Okay, this is very basic, very simple. They want to make sure that there's a person behind the business. Number 7, applicants with multiple business entities, franchise locations are not eligible for multiple grants and are only allowed to apply once using their eligible small business with the highest revenue. In order to maximize the amount of your grant, if you have multiple businesses, you want to make sure you choose the business that has the highest amount of money. Why is it saying that? Because the more money you make, there's a greater possibility of you getting more grant money. Obviously, who's not trying to get some guap up in here? That's why we're here. We're trying to get you blessed. We're all trying to get blessed together, okay? I'm going to be linking all this information down so you can see it for yourselves and verify that all the information that I'm giving you is, I'm just literally reading it off the website. So, let's move it along, brothers and sisters. One thing that I didn't mention in the beginning of this video, I'm going to be talking about ineligible businesses. Okay, a lot of people don't want to hear this, but I got to give you some basic information because it is on the website and I don't want to, beat around the bush. I want to tell you guys what this information tells us. Number 1, for ineligible businesses. Businesses without a physical location in California. So if you don't have a physical address in California, I'm really sorry to say, but unfortunately you do not qualify for this grant. Number 2, nonprofit businesses not registered as either a 501c3, 501c19, or 50c6. So these are different types of nonprofits. So if your business falls under that category, unfortunately you are not eligible for this grant. Number 3, government entities other than the Native American tribes or elected official offices. If it's a government-owned business, they're not opening this grant for those people. Number 4, businesses primarily engaging in political or lobbying activity, regardless of whether such as entities that qualify as 501c3, 501c19, 501c6. So those are the people that do not qualify. Number 5, passive businesses, investment companies, and investors who file a Schedule E on their personal tax returns. So that's a code within itself. So obviously, if you're one of those people, then you do not qualify for this grant. Number 6, churches and other religious institutions, regardless whether such entities qualify as 501c3, 501c19, 501c6. Okay, so if you're any of those following that I mentioned, you do not qualify for this grant. Number 7, financial businesses primarily engaging in the business of lending, such as banks, finance companies, and factoring companies. So if your business falls under those categories, unfortunately, you do not qualify for this grant. Okay, number 8, businesses engaged in any activity that is illegal under federal, state, or local law. If your business is illegal, you're scamming people, you're doing things that are illegal, you do not qualify for this grant. Very sorry about that. Number 9, businesses of a permuted. Okay, number 9, you guys, this is getting a little strange, but hey, this is what it says on the information. Number 9, businesses of a prudent sexual nature, including businesses which present live performances of sexual nature and businesses which derive directly or indirectly more than the minimum gross revenue through the sale of products or services or the presentation of any depiction or displays of sexual nature. Okay, so if you're in that industry, you know who you are, and I don't want to get in depth to that, but in moderation, I would just say that those are the type of businesses that do not qualify for this grant. Number 10, businesses engaging in any socially undesirable activity or activity that may be considered predatory in nature, such as rent-to-own businesses or check cashing businesses. Next, we're going to be talking about necessary documents. As mentioned before in the how it works, I want to give you guys more of an insight of the documents you're going to have to present on the website itself. What an application certification is your signature. It can be obviously virtually on the website. Like I mentioned, after you reset your password, you're going to basically acknowledge the terms and conditions, and you're going to sign with your initials and your signature at the bottom with the date. The application certification is also used to certify your business. So obviously they want to make sure that your business is authentic. Number 2, financial information. It has to be the most recent filed tax return. You know, you have to be a responsible individual, and obviously if you're a sole proprietor, if you're a small business owner, the tax world is never avoidable. Hint, if you've never filed your taxes and you had a small business, I honestly do not suggest that. I don't recommend that. At the end, it hurts you more than your own pockets. Why? Because when situations like this arise, the cash you spent, unfortunately, is not going to come back to you. When you do file your taxes, there's opportunities like these that present themselves. And if you did file your tax, it makes a world of a difference. So I would honestly say that if you don't file your taxes and you're earning money, I would honestly highly suggest from now on you actually file your taxes for your small business. As I mentioned right now, the number 2 requirement is business financial information. That includes your most recently filed taxes of 2019, provided in an electronic form for online uploads such as PDF, JPEG, or other approved upload format. B, right, of the number 2, which is the business financial information, a copy of official filing with the California Secretary of State, if applicable. So obviously this means if this applies to you and you have that information on hand, then you're meeting this qualification. But obviously if it's not applicable to you, then you don't have to worry about it. Having these requirements verifies that your business is a business. Number 3 requirement, government issued photo ID. It could be your identification, your driver's license, or passport. One complete application will qualify you to be considered for both rounds. Please apply once. In other words, if you didn't make a mistake on this application, please make sure that you check your information. You do not want to be like me. I created 2 different applications, even though I contacted them and I let them know that the second application is the one that I wanted to be considered for the round of this grant. They were able to delete the first application, but you don't want to be me when you have the information you need in order to make a better and informed decision. So you always want to avoid making mistakes. Check it 6 times, check it 20 times. Just make sure all the information is correct. And if you do have any issues, please comment down below. Let me know so I can potentially help you guys out, because honestly, there's a lot of other tips that I can give you that I can't fit into this video. Applying through multiple organizations will delay your application from being processed. So that's the reason why, even if you own other businesses, you own more than one business, you always want to make sure that you just apply once for one business. And like I mentioned before, choose a business with the most revenue or the most gross revenue. Owners with multiple businesses, franchise locations, etc. will be considered for only one grant and required to apply for the business with the highest revenue. We just touched bases on that, boy. Next, I want to talk about is when to apply for this grant. There has been various amounts of rounds for this program, so you want to make sure that you apply in a timely frame in order to be considered for this grant. So from what I know, for as far as right now, there has been 2 rounds, right? There's a 3rd round coming up, but the 3rd round is only designed for applicants that applied for the 1st round and they didn't get approved, and the 2nd round and they didn't get approved. So the 3rd round waitlist from rounds 1 and 2, like I mentioned right now. So eligible applicants. This is a closed round that's only available to eligible applicants who were on the wait list in rounds 1 and 2. Only existing applicants will be selected. If you were on the wait list, you do not need to reapply. New applications will be accepted in this round. Eligible grant rewards $5,000 to $25,000. This is a closed funding round. No new applicants will be accepted. So we're not focusing on the 3rd round. The reason that I'm talking about the 3rd round is because I don't want you guys to look on the website, get excited and be like, I'm applying for the 3rd round. No, what you're going to do is you're applying for the 5th round. And I'm going to get into more details as to why you're going to apply for the 5th round instead of the 3rd. Like we saw right now, the 3rd round is designed for those applicants who did not get a piece of the pie or a slice of the pie on rounds 1 and 2. So the only people that are going to be considered for round 3 is the applicants that applied and they did not receive grant funds before or on the 1st round and the 2nd round. The first contestant, okay, so the first contestants, the second contestant. Okay, you guys, look at this little shoe though. You guys, come on now, look at this little shoe. You guys gotta love this little shoe. I'm not really big on shoe collecting, but I had to purchase this little shoe and unfortunately it didn't fit. They didn't have my size, but I really love this little shoe. It's gold, it's nice, it's fresh. So anyways, so I totally forgot what I was talking about, you guys. I'm so sorry. My mic is still on, right? Okay, great. I'm sorry. Okay, yes, you guys get the point. There is going to be a round 4. However, it is reserved for nonprofit cultural institutions only. Details. Eligible nonprofit cultural institutions must complete a new application even if they already applied in rounds 1 and 2. Okay, that's the catch. Even if you apply for round 1 and 2 and you're a cultural business, then unfortunately you're going to have to reapply the 3rd time for this 4th round. Grants will only be available for 2 nonprofits that did not receive funding in rounds 1, 2, 3. Grants will be prioritized based on the documented percentage revenue declines based on the reporting period comparing Q2 and Q3 of 2020 versus Q2, which is quarter 2, quarter 3. We're getting to the super exciting part for all of you that are new applicants and you're watching this video. Round 5. Oh my God. Eligible applicants. Current waitlist, small businesses and nonprofits not selected in round 1, round 2, round 3, and new applicants that meet eligibility criteria. So if you didn't get chosen in the round 1, round 2, round 3, and you're a new applicant and you meet the eligibility requirements, then this is for you. This video has the potential to bless you if you're a small business owner. If you're a new applicant, please consider this grant. If you're in the state of California, make sure you apply for this grant. Do yourself a favor and apply for this grant. Round 6, okay, date to be announced soon. So there's gonna be a round 6. This is really super awesome. So if you're a new applicant, let's just say, and you apply for this grant, this is really fantastic because this is giving you more hope. If there's more rounds and you barely started, so you're going to have 2 rounds. You're going to have 2 opportunities to be selected. 2 is better than 1. If you work in the cultural institution, then these are the dates you want to apply. Tuesday, March 16th through Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021 for round 5. So if you're a new applicant or you're an existing applicant, like I said, the existing applicants do not need to reapply. But if you're a new applicant and this video is fresh and new for you, then these are the dates that you want to consider applying for this grant. Thursday, March 25th through Wednesday, March 31st. Round 6, like I mentioned, they still haven't decided the dates, so I will keep you guys posted on that as well. Grant amounts are between $5,000 to $25,000. Awesome, you guys. So that concludes this video. If you got a lot of value from it, I would greatly appreciate it if you can like, hit that notification bell, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and comment down below what would you do with $25,000 for your small business. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward in blessing you guys with another video like this soon. My name is Angel Camelli with Wonderful Creations LA, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, y'all. Goodbye. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. All right, my table's it's tripping right now though. It's like bam. It's like bam, bam. That's cool. Oh God, why'd it happen to me? Why'd it happen? Okay, why'd it happen? This is the #1